Salutations all, Andre here from Andre's GM Tips. Today on Zarnia, Games and Geekery, we are going to be discussing the 5 biggest mistakes that new game masters make in their tabletop role-playing games. The first mistake that I see often is that game masters prep too much, but they also prep too little. What I mean by prepping too much is that they spend too much time prepping speculative scenes that may or may not ever come to fruition. Locations, NPCs, situations that your players can just completely avoid or completely derail due to their typical shenanigans. But we also prep too little to deal with those eventualities. I would say prepping to improvise is how you get out of these conundrums. Don't spend so much time prepping exactly what's going to happen. Prep yourselves some random tables, some key NPCs, but don't put them in fixed locations. Just have different factions with different goals and needs at the ready, where you can just pull them into the plot and into the session at the opportune moment. Some extra prep maps and encounters and potential individual scenes. And you can mix and match them as your players no doubt surprise you around every corner. Number 2, people take pre-written adventure text as gospel. They want to run this big epic campaign and they read, well, in this scene, XYZ needs to happen. This NPC needs to escape and it needs to set up to be the big bad villain. What that means is your players are getting railroaded. Those poor players try their best to actually get rid of this guy, but they can't, because according to your holy book that's your adventure, he's not meant to die here. Well, I think adventure books for experienced GMs are just guidelines. No player wants to feel like they don't have agency. They want to feel if they did the perfect plan and they even rolled well, only to have that result taken from them makes them feel like they're spectators. It makes them feel like the plot is the main character, not them. And I want to make the controversial claim that role-playing is about those players playing those particular personalities and roles above and beyond anything else that's happening. Read your pre-written adventure as inspiration and as great ideas that you can use at your table, but mix and match the maps, the events, the NPCs and their trials and tribulations. But whatever fate will befall them is not known to you or the adventure writer. You and the players will discover that together as you improvise together at the table. Mistake number 3 is a direct consequence of mistake number 2, and that is GMs often say no to players instead of yes. Yes, every now and then a player suggests something that doesn't work within the confines of the rules of your universe, something that would spoil the fun for everyone else around the table. In that case, give them a no but sentence. No, we can't do that, but this does happen. Try and still have them have fun at the table, still work with what they're giving you. But I want to tell you, try more often than not, 9 out of 10 times, saying yes to players. Crazy harebrained scheme, maybe doesn't sound like the rules half support it. Just run with it. Make them feel special. Use their ideas at your table. Even if you think you have a better one, it makes your players feel valued, makes them more enthusiastic to be there in your sessions. It makes the story a collaboratively told one and not just your vision. It makes everyone feel special, valued, seen. The 4th mistake is taking rules over rulings. Often we think of scenarios that would be cinematically epic and awesome and everyone at the table agrees this is what the story needs. But we have to make the specific check in order to get there because that's in the rules. Tell a compelling story. First and foremost, we're storytellers. We're conjuring up make-believe worlds, identities, cool stories and epic narratives. There's no need to spoil that by going, this rule must be enforced. Even the rules are guidelines. You need to figure out how many of the rules you're going to play at your table, what you're going to house rule, and how often you want dice rolls. Some of the best sessions ever have no dice rolls at all. And you're all just having fun and laughter and shenanigans at the table, discovering the plot as you go along. My final mistake is a weird one, and that's not making it personal. I mean making it personal for the player's characters. A role-playing game is mainly about players playing roles. The main character should not be your world or your plot. It's mainly about these people and the personalities that they portray. Before a session, look at the character sheets, what they've written down and what happened in the previous session, and try and glean from that what sort of story arc they're on, and center the events of your next session around the players and their personal journeys. When you make it personal, you make the fundamental story, this evolving story about them all. It's not about the world, about the individual events that transpire. It's about how these living, breathing characters are on this roller coaster ride of emotions and how those events in the world help shape them to be greater or lesser or more evil or more troubled than they were initially. And that's where true role-playing shines. Those are my 5 tips for you new GMs and even experienced ones, because I sure as hell still make a lot of these mistakes. But please pop in the comments down below which ones you still struggle with, or maybe 1 or 2 I might have missed. This is Andre from Andre's GM Tips, and this was Zarnia, Games and Geekery. See you on the next one. Salutations all, Andre here from, I don't know why I pointed to myself in that weird manner. We're gonna work that in, we're not gonna cut that on the edit, we're gonna roll with it, because we make mistakes in life, as you've made mistakes as well. Okay. Okay. Salutations all,